Gopi Janavalabha Girivaratare Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachare Yamunatira Vanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Janavalabha Girivaratare Gopi Janavalabha Girivaratare Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachare Yamunatira Vanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Janavalabha Girivaratare Gopi Janavalabha Girivaratare Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachare Yamunatira Vanachare Yamunatira Vanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtodashadasi Srimad Apai Charana Ravina Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtodashada Tridandi Goswami Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaja Prabhupada Ki. Prem Se Koho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kuna Radha Kuna Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Nrsimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Muna Maya Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Dham Navadip Dham Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Okay. Welcome everybody, Hare Krishna. Before we start, we would like to clarify which language we should speak today. Is there any suggestion? English is better, then we do English, all right. If there is a need for German translation, here is the book. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. So we are in the canto number 4. Continue hearing from the chapter 11. Swayambhuva Manu advises Dhruva Maharaj. Verse number 33. Helanam girisha pratur. Helanam girisha pratur. Dhana dasya tvaya kritam. Dhana dasya tvaya kritam. Yajjagnivan punyajanan. Yajjagnivan punyajanan. Pratrignan iti amarshitaha. Pratrignan iti amarshitaha. Helanam girisha pratur. Dhana dasya tvaya kritam. Yajjagnivan punyajanan. Pratrignan iti amarshitaha. Helanam girisha pratur. Dhana dasya tvaya kritam. Yajjagnivan punyajanan. Pratrignan iti amarshitaha. Helanam girisha pratur. Mataji's. Adirignan iti amarshita. Helanam girisha pratur. Tanadasya tvaya kritam. Yachagnivan punyachanan. Pratirignan iti amarshita. Helanam. Disrespectful behavior. Girisha of Lord Shiva. Pratuhu, the brother. Dhanadasya, to Kuvera. Tvaya, by you. Kritam, was performed. Yat, because. Chagnivan, you have killed. Punyachanan, the yakshas. Pratri, of your brother. Gnan, killers. Iti, thus, thinking. Amarshitaha, angry. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhayacharana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Dhruva, you thought that the yakshas killed your brother, and therefore you have killed great numbers of them. But by this action you have agitated the mind of Lord Shiva's brother Kuvera, who is the treasurer of the demigods. Please note that your action have been very disrespectful to Kuvera and Lord Shiva. Purport. Lord Manu stated that Dhruva Maharaja had been offensive to Lord Shiva and his brother Kuvera, because the yakshas belonged to Kuvera's family. They were not ordinary persons. As such, they have been described as Punya Janan, pious men. Somehow or other, the mind of Kuvera had been agitated, and Dhruva Maharaja was advised to pacify him. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Ummilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapidham Yena Putale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadandikam Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Helanam girisha pratur, dhana dasya tvaya kritam, yachchaknivan punya janan, pratirignan iti amarshitaha. My dear Dhruva, you thought that the yakshas killed your brother, and therefore you have killed great numbers of them. But by this action, you have agitated the mind of Lord Shiva's brother Kuvera, who is the treasurer of the demigods. Please note that your actions have been very disrespectful to Kuvera and Lord Shiva. With the blessings of all Vaishnavas, we can speak today on this verse of the Bhagavatam. Very famous section, not unique. A saintly person is in rage, in anger, and cannot really handle it. Anger is overtaking him, and it's not an ordinary personality we are speaking of, it's Dhruva. Dhruva and Prahlad Maharaj. We are here in Sri Sri Prahlad Lakshminarasimha's temple, and Dhruva and Prahlad are simultaneously mentioned as those personalities whose pastimes Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished the most to hear. So therefore, Dhruva Maharaj, not at all an ordinary personality, but here we hear that he is kind of out of control. And he is not controlling one of the things that Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita as gateways to hell. Trivitha narakasyadam, dvaram nashanam atmanaha, kama krodha tatha lopas. Shri Prabhupada Lakshmi Singh Bhagavan Ki Jai. Tasmat etat trayam tyachet. Trayam. These three qualifications are the gateways to hell. Therefore, under all circumstances, conquer over them. Don't allow them to conquer you. What are they? Kama, krodha, and lopa. Lust and anger and greed. So here we hear Dhruva Maharaj, how he is angry, and unless a very supreme or superior personality comes to correct him, he would not stop to let his anger free way. And this is a story that reminds us of another story in the Vedas where a great personality lets his anger free way without a vision of stopping. Any one of you has a guess what personality I'm talking of? Yes, please. Pardon? Kali. Kali. In what regard? Oh, okay. All right, cool, thank you. The goddess Kali, very nice. I thought in the beginning Kali, the personality of Kali Yuga. You mean the goddess Kali. Nice, thank you. Yes, anyone else has a guess? Yes, please. Durvasa Muni, in what regard? King Ambarish. He was like... Yes, very famous Ambarish Maharaj. And of course, Ambarish Maharaj as a devotee was victorious and completely protected by the Lord. Anyone else has a guess? Yes, please. Oh, Narasimhadev, yeah. Jai, Shri Prabhupada Lakshmi Singh Bhagavan Ki Jai. Of course, Lord Narasimhadev, so angry, not even Lakshmi Ji, the goddess of fortune, dared to come near to him. He was so angry, uncomparable. Yes. Anyone else? Virabhadra, in what regard? Can you explain?
Virabhadra was created by Shiva to punish Daksha, other demigods that were that gathered for the yagya, for some yagya, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. And Shiva was the only one that doesn't pay obeisances to Daksha. So Daksha hat ihn beleidigt, insulted him, and so Shiva created a Virabhadra to punish them all.
Okay, another example of great anger and wrath. Okay, but more in the portion of sages. Now we heard also quite some like demons, but Dhruva Maharaj is actually he is by Srila Prabhupada to a certain degree actually explained as an example of demonic mentality, but he is of course not exactly a demon. But more in the section of devotees or sages or munis. Anyone else can think of an example of wrath that didn't stop unless a very qualified brahmana came and stopped the action of anger of this great sage, actually this great king? Yes, Supar? Okay, in what regard you mean? Okay. It looked like he didn't want to stop even. Huh? It was raining and raining. Okay? And Indra is, of course, a demigod. And he is a very dear devotee to Krishna. Yes. Okay, but what about King Janamejaya? Janamejaya started a big sacrifice, fire sacrifice. Why? Similar to Dhruva Maharaj, because his very dear relative was killed by a snake. So we are talking about Maharaj Parikshit being cursed to die in 7 days. Takshaka, the snake, will come and kill him. And Janamejaya, his son, heard about this story. And when he heard that the snakes, or one snake, killed his father, he became so angry that he decided to make a huge fire sacrifice to just kill all the snakes. No excuses, just let's kill all the snakes, one after another. And just at that point, when Takshaka came, who was responsible for this wrath of the great sage, just at that moment, the wonderful Brahmana called Astika, sitting at the fire sacrifice, who was the great son of Charatkaru, the great ascetic, and therefore he was so powerful because his father was such a great ascetic. He could stop the fire sacrifice because Janamejaya gave him a blessing. Tell whatever you want, I will grant it to you. And Astika said, stop the fire sacrifice, no more snakes should be killed. Just at that moment when Takshaka was about to fall into the fire. How ironic it is. But that's what it was. And similar to Dhruva Maharaj, looked like he didn't want to stop expressing his anger. But Swayambhuva Manu here is correcting him, is explaining to him. And we hear here very, very important lesson actually. We should be very careful about anger. I must say, at my own example, it's not a small thing. It's very easy to become angry, even at small things. Krishna is showing us small tests. And just small little things, even in Kali Yuga it is said, people are fighting and creating war just at tiny, small, completely unimportant things. That's Kali Yuga. So, but here we are advised, so under all circumstances, take care. Not let anger overcome you. Control the anger. So, of course, the question is, how can we do that? And we hear in another portion of the Bhagavatam, what is our, or should be our shelter? It is transcendental sound vibration given by the Vedas. And the topmost, of course, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And everyone can make this experience that when attentively chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, attentively means no one else must tell you that you are chanting attentively. You know it very well by yourself that you are chanting Lord Krishna's holy name attentively. Then you can see such a great difference the whole day. Anger, greed, and so on, they are like overcome. We are transcending these material modes in which these qualities are present, lust, greed, and anger. But not everybody might be on the platform to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra so attentively and ecstatically. We can, with our own eyes, see when we observe what's going on in the japa time, what some devotees are doing. It's very interesting what some devotees are doing during the japa time, even with the bead bag in the hand, So therefore the Vedas recommend us, no problem, start a step before, not with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, start with the transcendental sound vibration, Omkara. In the second canto, we hear a wonderful explanation of Srila Prabhupada, how it is advised for beginners on the spiritual platform to chant the transcendental Om. Everyone here has privately, secretly in his own rooms, somehow or other, ever tried to chant the transcendental Om? Anyone did never try it? Anyone here has no experience with the transcendental Om? Everyone? Some are honest. I saw here. Some. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a few. So it's highly recommended. And it sounds so simple and so easy that it could actually not be true, but it is true. Om. You repeat. Om. Thank you. So beautiful. And anytime we come in danger, anytime anger, greed, lust, or anything else overcomes us, we are advised in the Vedas what to do immediately. Om means peace, My mind is peaceful. It's okay, Intelligence is coming, Intelligence is thinking. Doesn't make sense to become angry, just calm down, be peaceful, all right. That's the power of this Om. But then we have to go a step further, of course. We have to continue. How do we continue? We continue the same way as Dhruva Maharaj was in the beginning instructed. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Which means, Om. We take our weird and agitated mind. We take it. Om Namo. And we take it as an arrow. We have a bow and we have an arrow. And our mind is the arrow. Om Namo. We put the arrow on the bow. Bhagavate. We strengthen the bow and direct it to the target. What is the target where our mind should go? Vasudevaya. And we shoot it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We direct our mind towards Vasudev, the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. And then when we have done this, what is then very easily and nicely possible? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then we happily chant Hare Krishna. And we can make a wonderful experience in our daily life that our mind is not our enemy anymore. We have found a way to control our mind. Very powerful, very simple, highly recommended in the Bhagavatam. 3 letters, A, U, and M, immediately when the enemies attack. So that should be our guideline in our daily life. I can tell you from my own experience, I'm a lot on the street. I'm talking to other people, trying to distribute books, and it can very easily happen that the mind becomes agitated. Very easily it can happen that something like a little anger can arise, just a little bit. No. But as soon as we see that, as soon as we realize there is something coming, we should immediately follow. Immediately follow this guideline of the Vedas. Immediately, Om, Om. And we can see it's really powerful. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra may not immediately work, because in order to chant Hare Krishna, we must be happy. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. We are joyfully chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna's name. Yeah? But when we are so agitated, and we are so angry, or so lustful, or so greedy, it may be difficult to chant happily Hare Krishna. But the Om, we can always take shelter, and we are advised to do that. For beginners, on a spiritual platform, is advised to start with the Om. Even mentally completely confused personalities can be healed by the power of the transcendental Om, Srila Prabhupada is explaining. So therefore, the medicine for the whole world is given in the Vedas. It is transcendental sound vibration. So Dhruva Maharaj was corrected in that regard, and he he was preached to. And but before this, as I mentioned in the beginning, a short review to Dhruva Maharaja's past, because Dhruva Maharaja is, of course, we all know, highly glorified, as such a great devotee and such a determined devotee of Lord Sri Krishna. But this journey didn't start in a very, how to say, godly or divine mood. Rather, Srila Prabhupada explains that the mentality that Dhruva Maharaj showed is exactly the mentality that we see nowadays all over the world as demonic mentality. Lording over, being under control, wanting to gain more and more, become bigger and bigger in the material world. That was actually Dhruva Maharaj's desire. He was so determined to what? To get a bigger kingdom than even Brahma. I mean, how much more proud can one be? Becoming a bigger lord than Brahma, you know. And actually it is true. The mentality behind it is the mentality of aparayam itam tu anyam, lording over the material world. It's a demonic mentality. And therefore Dhruva Maharaj, when he attained, when he got darshan, when he realized actually what Krishna, or how wonderful and amazing Krishna is, he felt very, very much ashamed. He realized one thing we all will sooner or later realize: when we stay in this movement and stay practicing Krishna consciousness, we will realize, actually, I'm a really big rascal. I mean, not like, I mean, really. I mean, not everyone does not even see it. Only I see it. But I must really say, I mean, I cannot even tell it to others what kind of rascal I am. It's such a shame, you know. So actually, that Dhruva Maharaj also realized. He saw how beautiful and wonderful Krishna is. He saw how merciful Krishna is. He experienced the full mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna even fulfilled his rascal desires to his complete satisfaction. Even he didn't want it. He said, no, now I have found you. Let all these past desires not be important anymore. But Krishna, so merciful, he said, no, you wanted it, I will give it to you. And Dhruva Maharaj, he felt so ashamed. And he was such a rascal. Krishna is such a diamond. Pure love of Krishna, that's the greatest treasure. And actually, I should just have gone for this. I have looked for glass, and now I have found a wonderful diamond. That is Krishna consciousness. We are just in the middle. We are just right there. And we can learn one thing from this wonderful story. We can learn what we should really look for every day, every week, every time we get the seva plan. You know, we should immediately think, what am I looking for now? Where can I find what I'm really looking for? I look for seva to Krishna. I want to serve Krishna. I want to serve Krishna without expecting anything material, because anything material needed may anyway given by Krishna. It will come automatically. And that's the wonderful message of the Bhagavatam. That's the wonderful message of the Bhagavad Gita. And I hope we experience that every day. When we start the day and we start thinking of the day, how will I achieve today my goals? Especially when we are in Sankirtan and book distribution. How will I achieve today my 50 books that I want to do, or my 70 books that I want to do, or my 200 books that I want to do? Hopefully it will work out. And at the end of the day, hopefully we will end up in a day with tears in our eyes and think, how wonderful is Krishna? How sweet is Krishna? How wonderful is Krishna's name? I just today experienced once or twice a little bit the sweetness of Krishna's name while I was going for my own goals. And then I could realize, actually, this is all my mind. It's all coming from my mind. That's not what it is all about. It's about really love. It's about loving Krishna. And that's what Krishna is waiting all the time for. Reciprocation. Reciprocate with me in love. That's what Krishna is doing all the time. He's prepared all the time to give us the love that we are longing for. And we are looking for glass if we go to Krishna and say, I want something from you, but it's not that love, it's something else. First I get this and then we can talk about other things. No, but Krishna says, no, forget the other things. Just turn towards this loving relationship and you will become completely satisfied. Such a big personality like Dhruva had to undergo that lesson himself, exemplary, and we can learn. We can learn by hearing how intense our entanglement in the material world is. There is no question of already having achieved the goal of life. There is no question of any reason why to be satisfied on our spiritual journey, or there is no question of already knowing everything on our spiritual journey. No. Trinada pisa nichana, tarara pisa hishnana, amanina manadena kirtaniya sataharihi. And the example of the six Goswamis show us so humble, and always looking and crying for Krishna. That is a devotee. And actually this is preaching. This is preaching. I just heard yesterday in the evening one lecture of Prabhupada where he is talking to a kind of a governing man, like important man of the government, any country, maybe it was France or something like that. And Srila Prabhupada would let his disciple recite a verse from the Bhagavad Gita. And the disciple would read the verse, and Prabhupada would, in between, while reading, already tell the politician or whatever it was, if there is any question, you can ask. In other words, Prabhupada wanted to have questions. Let's have a discussion, You don't know already everything. Just ask questions, then something will happen. So he was saying, if there is anything not clear for you, please ask a question like this, And of course, when we hear this, we would think, what would I do? What question would I ask about Bhagavad Gita? Never heard about Bhagavad Gita. Hearing the verses, hearing the purports of Srila Prabhupada, not understanding a single word, where should I start with my questions? So, but the man was very actually exemplary. He was immediately starting to glorify Prabhupada. He didn't understand anything, but he said it's very impressive to him that Srila Prabhupada in such a few years did such a huge work, translating so many books and giving it to the West so that everyone can profit from it. So he started to glorify him. And Prabhupada was silent and he would appreciate. He said, thank you. But then Prabhupada would continue. Yes, but if there is anything unclear for you, you can ask questions. So he would continue. And then the man would also continue to glorify. And he would say in France, also your disciples, I see your disciples, you made so many nice disciples, they have so good behavior. Actually, at the beginning, when I met the devotees, I was not really attracted to them. When I saw them, it was a little bit strange for me. But then they were talking to me, and they were very nice to me, actually. And they were very soft and very gentle, and I liked it very much. And after some time, then I started to participate and to listen and to kind of cooperate. And now he is eager, and he even is meeting Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada is confirming. He says, yes, this is preaching. Preaching means Trinada pisunichina, tarabra pisahishnana, amanina manadena kirtaniya sadaharihi. Being more humble than being more tolerant than a tree. With a tree you can do anything. You can cut the tree, you can make a hole into the tree, you can rip the bark off the tree will not protest. Should be more tolerant than that. How often do we that during the day? Are we tolerant like that during the day? Then we should be so humble. We should be so humble like a straw. We should be. Yeah. How's it going? We should we should be so humble, like a straw in a street. We should not go up again when we bow down. We should stay. With other words, we should not defend. Everybody in the material world is constantly engaging with defending himself. Defending. And actually, of the four qualifications of living entities in the material world, namely defending, sex desire, eating and sleeping, defending is the strongest. Everyone is engaged constantly in defending. No, I did not do it. No, it was not me. No, I was parking the right side. He was not parking the right side. Constantly defending. No defending. No defending. Making yourself completely depending on Krishna. And just accepting whatever destiny or karma may bring. Being so humble. And not even on that regard, even in that same lecture, one devotee was asking Srila Prabhupada, when a devotee becomes sick, he should not take medicine, he should simply depend on Krishna. And when I heard that, I thought, wow, what will now come for an answer? I mean, just imagine you are seriously sick. Just imagine you have a serious sickness. I mean, not a flu or something, but something serious. And then now the question, we should not take medicine, we should depend on Krishna. And Prabhupada would say, yes, that is very good. That is the best. Simply depending on Krishna. And we remember when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was making his vrata of chanting 1 billion names or something, Koti Nam, 1 billion names, 10 years chanting every day 190 rounds. Every day for 10 years, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was sitting in a self-built hut somewhere in Mayapur. It's not the coolest place. And when it was raining, he was sitting there, and whatever was coming, he was sitting and chanting every day 190 rounds for 10 years. So now let us compare this with our situation. How many vitamins we need every day? How many kind of, Spurenelemente we need every day? And we cannot live without it. So how did Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur live 10 years like that? He was completely depending on Krishna. Did it work out? It worked out. Wow, it's fantastic. It really works. Depending on Krishna does work. It's amazing. It does work. So, yes, and Srila Prabhupada would then, we should Trinada Pisanichana Tarara Pisashana. That was the main point of Prabhupada. Actually, this is preaching. That others are feeling so attracted towards Krishna because of the nature of devotees. How is the nature of devotees? The nature of devotees is very, very pleasing. It's very pleasing to see a devotee. It's very pleasing to observe a devotee, how he is working, how he is doing his seva. It's very peaceful, free from anger, greed, and lust. Quickly, it must be done quickly, under all circumstances. The result is important. That's the material world. You are like a machine. You have to function like a machine. The main thing is that the result will be there. But devotees are completely different. When devotees are doing seva, what is important? The quality is important. What is the quality? The quality is of love of Krishna. The devotee understands that is what Krishna is taking. It's not quantity. Quantity is up to Krishna. You do 200 books, you do 300 books, you do 4,000 books. Actually, it's up to Krishna. But what we should go for? What's my duty? What can I do? What I can do is what I have in my hand is the quality of my service to Krishna. That is up to us. That we can decide. We can decide every moment when we see that greed is coming, that anger is coming, that lust is coming. Even if it looks like that this is helpful for achieving our goal, we can decide, no, actually the goal is something different. The goal is loving devotional service to Krishna in a suitable mood, in a well-wishing mood, in a what is the verse? Favorable. Thank you. Favorable. Anyapilashitashun jnana karma denavridam anukulina krishnanu shiranam bhaktir uttama. Actually, that is the goal. Favorable, loving devotional service to Krishna. means when Krishna likes it and when Krishna smiles, that is my happiness. That I want. I want Krishna to be happy. I want Krishna to be pleased and satisfied with my service. That is my goal. That is the real thing. And the amount even can come if we do not strive for this. You can do so big and so huge without a single spark of bhakti, without a single moment thinking of Krishna a little bit nicely. You can achieve so wonderful, great, amazing, huge things, like here Dhruva Maharaj is explaining, just looking like for glass, but not a single moment thinking favorable of Krishna. And the Vedas explain to us, actually this is a complete waste of time. Completely waste of time, completely waste of all your life. But on the contrary, if you in your whole life just once think, okay, now let us all these plans from achieving my goals, let them put them aside. Even if there's so big fear in my heart that I can't lose. It's the greatest fear of human beings in the material world. You can become a loser. Oh my God, fear immediately. Oh my God, no, we have to do something against it. No, I'm not a loser. Let's see, let's fight, defending. That's material world. A devotee thinks completely different. A devotee knows actually, I'm here with Krishna, and everyone who is with Krishna cannot be a loser. Once Kadamakarana Swami was giving a lecture here, and just in the middle of the lecture, suddenly he said, "Here are no losers." I couldn't understand. Suddenly he said it. I was just sitting there, and I don't know, but suddenly he said it. I thought, nice. It's not here. It's not possible that someone is in the Hare Krishna movement and is a loser. You cannot be. Here are no losers. Prabhupada says in the Nectar of Instruction, once started Krishna consciousness, once in your life seriously turned to Krishna, just really seriously, I mean like crying in your heart, I mean like really thinking about yourself as the greatest abominable demoniac rascal that is possible in this world, and in this mood praying to Krishna, but please Krishna, can you help me? Just once done this, which means once seriously started Krishna consciousness, this process of devotional service of Krishna consciousness will by force bring you to success. You will be forced to be a winner if you once seriously go to Krishna. So therefore, there are no losers. So therefore, Krishna assures us, let's put it aside, all this fear. Ma shuchaha. Don't fear. No, don't fear to be a loser even. No, there's no loser. You're here with Krishna, so there are only winners. And just continue nicely, dancing, singing. In other words, continue nicely, being happy in my devotional service. No fear about the result. Let the result come, whatever it may be. Even the inspiration for what you should go for is coming from Krishna. Completely depending on Krishna. No, I must think big. I must do big. I must set a goal. I have to do it. Even this is coming from Krishna. And the devotee knows when this wonderful inspiration is coming from the heart. He knows it exactly. This is Krishna. This is the super soul. He is giving me, okay, Krishna, I agree. I will cooperate with you. We will go for this goal. You gave it to me. You gave me the inspiration. Today I woke up in the Sankirtan van and immediately I thought, 200 books. I cannot imagine where did it come from, but I know it was from you. All right, let's cooperate with Krishna. Let's go for it. Let's try it. Why not? Let's try it, 200 books. Krishna can do it. He can do it. If I put 200 books in my trolley and I got Krishna can distribute his 200 books today, I know it. He can do it. I remember some marathons a few years. That was constantly my meditation. I was packing the huge trolley, like, I don't know, 100 guitars or something, going into a small village. And then at 3 o'clock in in the afternoon looking into the trolley, and my only thought was, he can do it. Krishna can do it. I know it. He can do it. And then in the evening, going back to the van, trolley was empty. He did it. He did it. I know he can do it. So that is wonderful Krishna. He can use me for anything. And I want to cooperate with him. And if Krishna as Super Soul tells me today, well, today we have another goal. Today we have the goal of being completely detached. And we just see what's going to happen. And we're just making a freestyle mood. Just see what happens, you know. This person is coming, that person is coming. And if a person is completely rejecting you, what am I doing? I'm nice. I'm just greeting, no thank you, no problem, see you next time. Wonderful to meet you. And you know exactly that Krishna tells you, this is exactly what I want today from you. That's very nice, being detached. Not being like on a material platform fighting for the result. And you will see the same result will come as if you distribute 200 books. On that day when you distribute 20 books. What is the same result? You will end up in the evening with a small tear in your eyes, and you will see how wonderful is Krishna. And you are happy in Krishna consciousness. And Krishna confirms in your heart, that's the right thing. You have understood it. That's the message. And now you go out and spread it. That you spread. That you preach. Be happy in Krishna consciousness. Trinada peace on each other. And then people will come. So that is very wonderful. That is the quality we should look for. And Krishna is protecting us. Krishna is guiding us. Krishna is helping us. Krishna is making us happy. Krishna is the best insurance we could imagine. There is no such insurance company in the material world that is so good like the Krishna Insurance Corporation, you know. So Krishna is in every regard wonderful. We are very fortunate to be part of this, and I just want to express this call. Let's strive for this wonderful quality of being a devotee of Krishna, free from material desires, as Dhruva Maharaj desired it. He regretted so much his material desires after he has met Krishna. He said all these material desires, he regretted so much. We can learn now from, let's not wait until we meet Krishna, until we regret it. Let's start even already right now to say to Krishna, okay Krishna, let me now serve you without material desires. How can we do that? This is the best place to do it. Yadidas yasime kamam varangstam varadarshabam kamanam hritya samroham pavadastu vrinevaram. My dear Lord Narasimhadev, best amongst those who are giving blessings, if there is any blessing that you please may give to me, then I desire that in the core of my heart there may be no material desire anymore. Shri Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Narasimhadev Bhagavan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat. Thank you very much. If there is maybe any question, we have 5 minutes for a question. Otherwise, I wish every one of you a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness here at this holy place. Simhachalam Dham ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.